According to police, 6 people may have lived in the house where 4 University of Idaho students were found stabbed to death.
However, they do not believe the sixth person was at the house at the time of the murders. Now, authorities previously reported only 5 people lived at the residence. A murder suspect has yet to be identified 19 days after the students were discovered. Police have said they believe the attack was targeted, but have not concluded if the target was the residence or its occupants.
Real head scratcher here. Joining us now from Moscow, Idaho, outside the police station there is CBS correspondent Lilia Luciano. Lilia, at this time yesterday, you were helping to clarify a separate detail the police had effectively reversed themselves on. Talk to us about this one. Why are they now saying 6 rather than 5 people lived in the house where the crime was committed?
You know, Errol and Elaine, every aspect of this story and everything we know has come from the police. And I think the thing that really stands out about this crime in this community, or what differentiates it from other communities, is that this is happening in a college town just off campus among college students who had a long break. The school went to remote learning right after the crime. People went back home and stayed through Thanksgiving, and they're just coming back. So even though it has been all this long, it's going to be 3 weeks, there was, if you will, a gap there where students weren't around, or perhaps police had means of reaching them. But it sounds like now is the time. Now is, day 4 or 5, where a lot of students, 2/3 of the student population or so, came back, and those interviews are happening. We're not sure for how long police have known that there was a 6th person who was part of this lease. They're saying they do not believe the person was there, of course. And in their communications, it seems like they didn't even know whether the person lived in the house. So that's a big question mark there. The other thing, of course, what we were clarifying yesterday that has been very confusing, we have to go back to the beginning of the messaging from police. The first message they put out, which they retracted, and I have to say after that, they haven't communicated a lot of detail, but they are very communicative. Like, they do put statements almost every day, and they're constantly clarifying or myth busting. There's a rumor control section on their website, but the detail began when they said this was a targeted attack, there's no threat to the community. They retracted, there's no threat to the community. They've maintained there was a targeted attack. The prosecutor, who speaks on his own, he is not, his messaging is not controlled by the police department, the state or local. His message was that one of the students or more of the students were undoubtedly targeted. That's what police walked back. They said, look, it was targeted, and there was a little bit of a back and forth in the wording there, but ultimately they're saying we stand by our thinking or belief that this was targeted. Who or what, being the students or the house, is what we are not communicating yet, or they're not aware of yet. Why would the house be targeted? That's another, can of worms that we're not going to start speculating on.
Wow.
I mean, what have police said about the fact that, it has been almost 3 weeks now since these students were first discovered? Still no murder suspect or murder weapon have been identified. What have they said about, not just those questions, but other questions about this case? What is it that they are telling you, Lilia, about the investigation?
Well, what they're saying is we don't want to release anything that could jeopardize the investigation or an eventual prosecution. The community is very frustrated because they feel like police know more than what they're saying. But at the same time, they said, look, we understand the importance of catching this person or persons. I think, the delay, and this is something that I've heard from multiple students and people who work in this community and deal with students all the time, is that this was essentially a ghost town. I mean, it's half of the population, less than half, but, close to half of the population of the town left because the student population is about 11,000. The town is about 25,000 left for the break. I mean, I'm sure a lot of students stayed. But what I've been hearing from people is, I just got back. Oh, I've been away and I just got back. So just getting back means that this police agency now has a much wider pool of people to interview, to tell, look, any small detail matters, whether it's something of, a video that you took, a selfie that you took, something you saw, something you heard. And from, what I've heard from authorities is, look, we are interviewing students, and what I've heard from students too is people are being interviewed, and we're trying to refresh their mind now 2 weeks after the break as to what they could have seen that is relevant to find either a motive or a perpetrator. But it's the most frustrating thing for this community is the lack of information. That said, they've been very good at myth busting. This rumor control thing, they have been communicating. Everything that goes on media and starts a speculation pattern, they kind of hit it right away and say, we know this is relevant, we investigated this is not relevant, etc. And most importantly, these people have been cleared for now because there's been a list of possible suspects that people are rumoring about, and they want to make sure that those people's lives are not, made even more difficult. But I think the other thing that police are saying is it's really important for them to, not tip off someone. So part of that lack of communication is they're not saying that they have a suspect. They're not saying that they've identified one or more people of interest. But of course, as part of an investigation in a small town and from the communications of the victims' families, it's important to keep things tight so not to, spook somebody.
Right, tip their hand about what it is that they do in fact know. Well, Lilia Luciano bringing us up to date on the latest developments in that investigation from Moscow, Idaho. Lilia, thank you so much.